So, hello everyone. I am going to discuss today my hands-on activity number 6. But before that, let us first do a little recap about my activity number 2. So, my activity number 2 is water temperature sensor and water distributor. So, it basically senses the water if it is hot or cold. And if it is hot or cold, you can then distribute it in each and every room of our house. My room, my sister's room, my brother's room, and my parents' room. So that's basically it. So let's go to my code. So as you can see, I started in using int command to name all of the pins that I used. I used double in thermistor because it is to store the floating point values. So here, the temp is for the Celsius, temp 1 is for the Fahrenheit. Here is the formula in getting the Celsius. I just got this in the internet and to be accurate. And this right here is for the Fahrenheit. As you can see here, the serial print LN and serial print is just for the serial monitor. There is also right here. So first is if temp, the Celsius is greater than 60, then the red LED will turn on. If it is lower than 60, it will turn off. And if the temp is less than 20 degrees, then the green will turn high because it is cold. If temp is greater than 20, then the green LED will turn off because it is not cold enough. So here in the setup, serial begin to start the serial monitor and the pin modes, making it output or input. Here in the void loop, here analog grid AO is for the thermistor. Here thermistor with a delay of 1 second, so it will only detect the temperature every 1 second. So right here is for the potentiometer, and here is for the control of the LEDs, and if it will turn off or turn on based on the used switches. Here right here the value is for the LED of the pouring. So if I slowly turn the potentiometer, then it will start from dim up to the brightest of the LED. So this is analog, right? This is where the LED light will turn on. So let's continue in the real Arduino. So let me first introduce each of the component. So the red LED here represents if the sensor sends the water as hot. This green LED represents if the sensor sense the water is cold. The yellow is for the suction, so the water won't be stagnant in the tube. The 4 green LEDs here represents each of our room. My brother's room, my sister's room, my room, and my parents' room. The yellow LED light here represents the water being poured to the room. Okay, so this right here is the potentiometer, which we will be using to control the flow of water when pouring. This right here is the NTC waterproof water temperature sensor. So let us plug in the Arduino. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, as you can see, the first one to turn on is the suction. So because the switches are all off, so the suction is turned on, so there will be no water left in the tube being stagnant. So let us try our NTC sensor. So let us try putting it in the cold water. So when we put this in cold water, the green LED light should turn on. So let us put it here. Let us wait for a few seconds. Okay, it turned on. So the green light turned on. So it senses that the water is cold. So if I want a cold water in my room, I will have to turn on the switch 1 and select the cold water here, and then okay, it's selected, and I will use the potentiometer. Okay, as you can see, it gets brighter and brighter as I turn it on. It means the water is flowing faster and faster as I turn the potentiometer on. Okay, I turned it off. I'm done because I'm done using it. So let us try putting the NTC sensor in the hot water if it will detect the temperature. Okay, let us wipe it off first, the water. Okay, let's put it in the hot water. Okay, right here. Let us wait for a few seconds. Let us wait for a few seconds. The water is not really that hot anymore because it has been sitting around for quite a while. Let me change the water first. I'll pause the video. So I'm back, guys. I just changed the hot water into a new one. So let us try putting the sensor here in the cup of hot water. Okay, I put it in. Let us wait for a few seconds till the red LED turn on. Okay, it finally turned on. It senses that the water is hot. So if my sister wants to get some hot water in her room, then she has to switch on the switch to like that and select hot water right here. Okay, so it has been selected. So I will use the potentiometer to pour the water. Okay, it's getting brighter and brighter as I turn it on. So after I'm done pouring water, I will slowly turn it off. Okay, and it's off just like that. So let us try and putting it again in cold water. Oh, it's so hot. Okay, let's put it in a little bit of cold water. I don't know if the water is still cold enough because it has been sitting for a while now. Okay, let's wait if it is still cold enough. If okay, it's still cold enough, so it sensed the temperature and the green LED turned on. So my brother want to drink cold water in his room, so switch 3, select cold water and turn on the potentiometer. Okay, and it's pouring. And for my parents' room, it's just the same principle, but all you have to do is press turn on the 3 switches right here and select, and then turn on the potentiometer. That is all. Thank you. I was not able to video the serial monitor earlier because my hands are full, but here you go. The sensor is in the cold water, but it is not that cold anymore. So we are in 25 degrees Celsius and in Fahrenheit. So let me try putting it in hot water. So I put it in hot water. As you can see, the temperature started to go up slowly. So that is all.